So this morning I am going to be sending some thank you notes, thank you cards to some ladies who have provided me great customer experience in the last week. And I thought that was a good thing to talk about getting into customer experience because there's so many different variables that I could start with and go down, but I think giving examples of how it really truly affects a consumer can trickle out into how it can affect you at a funeral home. So I'm going to be sending two cards this morning to two ladies. The first was a prime example of what you should do in a situation where maybe things weren't going as well as they could have. I was at a restaurant and my meal got messed up, and it was as much my not conveying maybe some information correctly as it was just how the food came out. But the waitress was just beyond apologetic, and I think just that I'm sorry factor is huge. That just gives the customer experience a notch up because you're letting them know that you are taking responsibility for what happened, even though it may not fully be your fault. They're the customer, they're the client, so you kind of have to take that initiative, say I'm sorry, and make the steps to rectify something before they have to ask for something. I think it's always disheartening when you have to ask for correction, because then at that point it's like that other person didn't care enough to want you to be happy at the end of your experience. So she went above and beyond. She was amazing, like did way more than we would have ever wanted. She gave us like free dessert. She took my meal off the bill. It was more than needed to be done, so we compensated her greatly with a large tip because we wanted her to know that she really had a great attitude and she was really helpful in the situation. So that was one time this last week that I was really moved, I guess, by customer experience. The other was at a retail store. It's just a clothing store. Not Nordstrom's, nothing fancy, just a little, box store in the strip mall. And I went in, and I know it's part of their training there that they find out your name, they put your name on the door, they kind of make you feel important. That is their goal, is to make you feel important. Well, the girl that welcomed me and addressed me, I feel like just took it to that next level, and she was a prime example of what I want to convey over into, or to translate over into the funeral business side, because I gave the response I would want every consumer at a funeral home to do. So she got my name, wrote it on the door. I hadn't planned, I was just returning an item. Hadn't even planned on purchasing anything else. But because of her attitude, I thought, okay, I'm going to walk around, just see. She said, so are you looking for anything? And I told her what I was, just casually shopping for. And she found me in the store, brought me two items that kind of I didn't love either of them, but they kind of fell in the realm of what I was looking for. And she said, just try them. Maybe if you're going to try some stuff on and see, because sometimes when you put it on, it's, better than when it's hanging on the hanger. And I said, okay. So I grabbed one or two things, headed to the dressing room. My name is written, spelled correctly on the outside, and my name is not spelled correctly often. And she had my couple articles of clothing hanging inside, but she didn't just do that. She had paired, so I was looking for just a basic tank with wide straps. I know it's radical, but I just needed a basic top. And she had paired it with one, she had put a jacket over it, one she had put a button up over it. So she had, paired it, plus she had grabbed two other shirts that were my size that she thought maybe I would like and hung them in there as well. So she was trying to upsell me without even upselling me on items. And so I thought that was just really smart thinking, and it was a good maneuver on her part. And I've never had somebody there do that before. So I think it was more her than it was training, and I thought it was just awesome. It's something I think I would expect at going to Nordstrom's, where the customer experience, I would imagine, would be better. You're spending lots of money, so I would hope I would have a great customer experience. But I was just buying a $20 shirt. I didn't plan to have a great customer experience. But so I ended up buying 2 items that I hadn't planned on buying going in there, because I was engaged in that experience of what was happening. And when I checked out, she was so gracious and so nice and offered to, order something online. And it's nothing above what I've had other salespeople do, but it was all the little components put together, making it such a great customer experience. And so I want to send her manager a note, and I want to send her a note just saying thank you. Thank you for making such a great moment. I mean, it was 20-30 minutes of my day, but it's a week later and I'm still talking about it, because it was just such a nice, it's nice to step back and have someone notice and say, hey, I see you, I notice you, you are somebody important in this moment for me. Even though we may see several other customers, you are important to us. And I think all of, especially that situation, translating over, as a customer, if you give them a good customer experience in all these little things that maybe you do, they want to spend more money with you. I mean, I spent money I didn't even plan to spend because I was so engaged in that moment. People are going to trust you in that situation more. It's just all kind of ties together where it benefits you back, giving benefit to the customer. So I think focusing on some of those things is just huge, and it's key. And I'm so glad that I had those examples this last week to be able to use, because they really did show, 2 great moments where I felt special, and I felt like someone cared about me in a situation, that who should care about me when I'm shopping for clothes or I'm eating my dinner. But I thought it was awesome. So hopefully that maybe gives you a little idea of where I'm going with this customer experience idea and thought. And it's not even an idea, it's a whole, I feel like it's a revolution it could be, because I think it can change how funeral homes function and how we treat everyone that walks in the door, whether it is the strip mall store or whether it is a Nordstrom family. It shouldn't matter what kind of family, they should all get a good customer experience dealing with you. So stick with me. We'll find out more how to provide good customer experiences and how to really just dominate in the funeral business with that. So thanks so much.